Okay guys, we're here in the Vietnam Veterans Museum, and one of the main exhibits has a dog tag for every American killed in the Vietnam War. There's a name on every dog tag, and those names represent the individuals who didn't come back. I know personally about 75 names up here. All the guys who died in the Ai Drang Valley from the 1st Battalion, 7th Cavalry. I see their faces.
The dog tag tells a big story. It has the individual's name, the name they're born with. It has their serial number, which is in a sense their military name, their religion, their blood type. It's everything. It's this little metal I am that people wear around their neck the entire time they're in the service.
During the Civil War, they went from the musket that you had to load with each load to repeating rifles. It caused massive destruction, massive killing. An entire generation of men disappeared. This is my favorite tag. This particular man was with the Pennsylvania Bucktails, the 42nd Regiment. The man here has also listed his various battles he was in: Antietam, Bull Run, Harlansburg, Second Bull Run. He actually survived Gettysburg. In January 1864, he was captured and was confined in Andersonville Prison, where in June he died of acute diarrhea. The first association with dog tags is death. Basically, that's indeed what the first tags were for.
The lives lost were precious lives to their country, to their loved ones, and to the men themselves.
Up until the Second World War, the dog tag was really used to identify deceased soldiers. At this point, the dog tag becomes a lifesaver, adding the blood type. Once they knew the blood type, got them to a medical unit and got fresh blood into them, many, many soldiers were saved.
I have my father's dog tag. My father joined the Army when Pearl Harbor was bombed. All of my uncles and some of my older cousins were in the war, and they would occasionally talk about it. And at Christmas or Thanksgiving, if they had a little too much to drink, they would begin to talk about the war. And it wasn't a John Wayne movie, that's for sure. But to think of someone who's 40 years old going off and joining the Army and doing what he had to do. And then here I was, going in the Marine Corps when I was still in high school. It linked our lives together, I think, that experience.
Well, the Army learned everything there was to know about us And all that information seemed to boil down to just this: dog tags.
I didn't think I'd ever go to Vietnam. I used to watch this on TV. You know, I seen them guys. I said, Jesus, look what them guys are going through. One morning, went to the post hub, boom. They needed people out in the field. They gave me my backpack, they gave me my M16, my ammo. Third day, next thing I know, I stepped out on this helo pad, these helicopters started coming in. We just jumped on the skids, lifted off, and everything was running through my mind. What are we doing over here? What are we fighting for? Next thing I know, they hovered, threw my bags out, I jumped off the skid. One day you're at home eating cereal, next day you know you're in the rice paddies of Vietnam.
For everyone that saw any combat, and anybody who gets shot at, it's a big change. It might not be Operation Hastings or Omaha Beach, but if they're shooting at you, they're shooting at you, you know? And that's all there is in the world. I think that the intensity of living in a day-to-day combat situation never goes away. It's life and death laid next to each other. That's a compelling story that goes on and on.